Hey guys, thank you for joining us. This is Tim Skeller up here with Mohawk Valley Fitness, and we're continuing our series on interviewing the people that did really, really well and actually won our 6-week weight loss challenge that we hold here at Mohawk Valley Fitness. So I have my friend Celeste Bennett with me here. She lost what, 20 plus pounds of fat in the 6 weeks. So what it comprises of, you start out, you have to come to 3 workouts a week, you get a meal plan. So we're just going to talk to Celeste a little bit and find out what her experience was like. So Celeste, we see, and you reached out to us based on a Facebook ad that we put out on Facebook, and we see Facebook ads, we're bombarded by stuff all day long. What was it that made you decide to, all right, I'm going to take action this time. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to put my information in, and we contacted you. You came in, and everything worked. What is it about this time? What made you decide that it's really time for a change?
Well, it was a long time coming, Tim, actually. I've been trying to set my mind to sticking with something and starting something. I just didn't know where to begin. So I saw the ad, and just on impulse, I actually just clicked on it. So let's see what this is about. And I believe that once your mind's set on something, you can accomplish anything. I was set on wanting to do something, but I just couldn't push it forward. So with that being said, I clicked on it and got the interview with you, and it's all over from there.
Awesome. So something you said really powerful there was mindset.
Yes.
So you had the mindset of you wanted to change. You wanted to get fit, lose fat, gain muscle, which you've done a phenomenal job, by the way. Just in 6 weeks, and it's even past a couple weeks past that now. We're on, I think, officially, if we were continuing on week 8, I think. But in that actual 6 weeks, you came, you were consistent with everything that you did. Talk a little bit about that. So, well, I guess first of all, my first question is going to be, it can be intimidating coming to a new gym, starting a new fitness program. Did you have any reservations, fears, or concerns about that?
It was intimidating, and I'll tell you why. I got here early, and I parked out front in the window, and you can see in, and I saw all the CrossFitters working out, and I'm like, oh no, what am I in for? Am I in the right place? And it's intimidating to see how well these people are fit and what they're doing, and I'm going, I don't know if I can do that,
Right.
So I sat out there, and I'm going, do I go in, don't I go in? And I actually second guessed it a little bit because I was intimidated. So basically I'm like, you know what, I'm already here, go in and see what it's about. You made it this far, just go. So within a few minutes of walking in the door, I sat down, and actually Sarah was the person that approached me. And she introduced herself, and I don't forget things like that.
Yeah.
She approached me with a smile, and she welcomed me, and then literally within a few minutes of that, John approached me, and I had no idea who John even was.
Yeah.
And so at that point, I started kind of feeling a little at ease and saying, okay. And then within minutes, I was interviewing with you.
Great. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. We are a CrossFit gym too, so sometimes people come in for the 6-week challenge. Mohawk Valley Fitness is a little bit of a different program than CrossFit, and I'm glad you brought that up, because people see CrossFit and they think like the CrossFit Games or what you see on TV, and it's really, that's like a tiny little fraction of what CrossFit is. But Mohawk Valley Fitness is a little bit different because we don't do the heavy barbell stuff. We don't do a lot of the fancy gymnastics that you see in traditional CrossFit, but it's more of for lack of a better term, I guess, we do cardio, but we do strength work as well. But what did you find after that, like your experience with the workouts? Your fears, you were kind of intimidated first, thinking maybe, walk me through that process a little
My
bit.
fears were basically of getting injured. I've had issues with my back for many years. I avoided surgery, thank God. I overcame a severe concussion where I wasn't able to do anything for almost 3 years.
I remember telling me about that when we first sat down.
So this was my first time actually doing something physical other than being able to walk.
Right.
So starting last year, the doctor released me to start walking, but that was pretty much limited. So I was nervous starting, over knowing that my body has gone through many changes in 3 years. I put on, I want to say 30 pounds in that 3 years. So it wasn't a very good time, and I wasn't in, a good place. I didn't feel good about my health. I wasn't feeling good, inside, let alone what I saw outside. So I knew there was time for a change, and I just had to do it.
Awesome. So you came in, you started doing the workouts and found that you were able to do the workout. Was there anything that had to be modified? I mean, how did that work? If there was something you couldn't do, what was that like?
That it was great. The coaches were actually great. I mean, if I couldn't do something, they didn't put pressure on me. Oh, you have to try or do this. I would always attempt to try something, but I knew my limit. And you guys always offered an alternative, which just gave me that to push through. And then as classes went on, the things that I couldn't do or were worried about doing, I ended up doing.
Awesome.
So there's a lot of power in that, and it just makes you feel really good about yourself.
Great. So, yeah, and you did phenomenally well in class. It was you're really inspiring to see the intensity that you brought each and every time. Whether you felt some days, you'd be like, oh, I'm tired, but you still brought the intensity. So we covered the exercise part, but we always talk about there's three parts. There's the exercise, accountability, and nutrition. And nutrition is usually the big elephant in the room that people are really, really worried about. Let's talk about a little bit about the nutrition plan.
That was very educational for me because my idea of eating healthy was totally different from what I learned here. So as long as you stick with it and follow it and come to classes, it's just hand in hand. It's a win-win situation.
Was it hard to follow?
No, it wasn't hard to follow. It was hard to get used to a routine of doing it, but after a couple weeks, you're experimenting more and, we're able to simplify what you're doing and work around your own schedule. Then it was a lot easier, and I'm still doing it today because of it. So
yeah, so instilling those habits and just the consistency, consistently coming to the workouts, getting in the habit, consistently food prepping, learning, what amounts and what foods to eat, and anything weird on the plan that you didn't like, or was it basically?
No.
What was it just?
Yeah, it wasn't just like a limited this and that. There was a pretty good selection that you could choose from.
Awesome. Good.
So I didn't have any issues with food or something like that. I missed certain things here and there, but I stuck with it and I said I can at least do this for 6 weeks and see where it takes me.
And you certainly
to have that determination is going to take you far.
Awesome. Great. What advice would you give anyone going? They've made the decision, they're going to do the challenge, or maybe they're kind of on the fence. They're thinking, man, maybe I should do this, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know about this. What advice would you give to someone that's thinking about the challenge or just getting started in a challenge? What helped you become so successful at this and lose more than 20 pounds of fat in the 6 weeks?
I want to say believing in myself.
Awesome.
That is what got me this far. The support. You guys talk about a community here. I never realized what a community was. You get feedback. You feed off your peers and everybody else who's in the same boat as you, and it just makes it so much easier to do the workouts and to stick with it. You actually look forward to it.
Right.
So with that being said, the workouts always change. It's not boring. They're challenging. And, you guys accommodate to what our abilities are or aren't. So with that said, give it a shot.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. So would you be able to describe your experience in one sentence?
Oh, it's very hard to describe in one sentence, but I just want to say it's positive all the way around, and I'm very happy that I did it. So
awesome. Well, we're happy you're here.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this, guys. That's my friend Celeste Bennett. We're very blessed to have her here. She's a hard worker and she is consistent. And that's a theme you're going to see ongoing through this series of videos that we talk to other athletes with. It's consistent. They're consistently working out. They're consistently meal prepping. And they're consistently eating the right foods and not eating the wrong foods. So, Celeste, thanks again. Have an awesome day.